Everyone's having a great day. You know what I mean? I want to welcome you to a new series on the channel called Real Talk. On this series, we're going to be showing you behind the scenes of some of the creative projects or professional projects that are on the go, and just giving you a more inside approach of how I think the creative struggles that I go through when trying to go through these projects, even techniques that I implement in these projects. It's just a more of a personal one-on-one type of series, and I think it's a great way to really introduce the direction of the channel. I want the channel to be more about things that I'm passionate about, things that I'm going to pursue, fashion design, graphic design, and I want to implement my skill of photography, my study of photography intermixed with those things. So I feel like this is just a great way to introduce the direction of the channel. Currently, I'm working on a project called Mirror. Basically, it's going to be the multiple faces of me that showcase the various emotions that I sometimes feel, just humans feel in general. So from anger to peace to madness to happiness to contemplation, pondering your thoughts. I'm going to be showing multiple faces of myself doing this, and I'm also going to be tying in color theory and typology to kind of bring the design together. But instead of me just talking about it, let me show you. All right, now we're at my PC set up. I'm just going to show you basically where I started. So I've been reading this book right here, The Designer's Dictionary of Color, and just learning more about color theory from my own research. And so I decided I want to create some pieces implementing some of the techniques that I've learned in this book. But also I gained inspiration from a recent album cover, which is Future, We Still Don't Trust You album cover. I thought that was a great album cover, and I wanted to pull some inspiration from that album cover, but also I wanted to add a little twist to it. Instead of me just copying verbatim what they used as the content of the album cover, I was like, I'm going to implement various faces of me. So I'm an avid anime watcher, and some of the poses that the characters do in anime are very much expressive with emotion. One of the key images or key concepts that I wanted to go down was madness, and how you see the various anime characters, they all have this distinct look when they are like going through turmoil or on the verge of insanity or madness. They all have this distinct look, and I wanted to capture that using some of my shots myself. So I set my camera up, got some sample shots that I'm going to be showing on the screen, and I wanted to use those as like a basis for the images or just the pieces themselves. All right, so we're here in Photoshop, and here is the design. I already showed you the concepts of some of the images that I gained inspiration from. And like I said, I set my camera up, took some pictures, and I got the best shots that I thought were good. And this one I put noise, so that fuzziness you see, that's just noise added to the base image, as you can see at the bottom right here. And I added a couple of adjustments, vibrance, curves, brightness, just the tone of the image itself. And then on the separate layer, I have the color fill, which is basically the crimson color. And with crimson, it's very bold and can be unsettling. It's a very out there type of color. And so that's why I wanted to portray with this. But like I said, I'm still in the fine tuning of the image. This isn't the final one, but I decided that, okay, even though it has the redness, like, let me go to this one. Like this, I wanted to show some of the facial features of the image. So slowly I am masking more of the face out, or what I've thought recently was doing a half tone, which basically is like a dot structure. I'll show an example briefly. It's like a dot structure of of the face, so you just see polka dots. It's like I'll show the very example of it so that you can get like a concept of what I'm saying. But as far as right now, this is what I have, and I decided I'm gonna add some textures to it. just some basic textures, just to kind of add more contrast and just more of a grunge and more of an unsettling feel to the design. A reason that I believe that I really started off with the theme of madness is because at times it feels like, bro, I am going fucking mad. I have so much that I'm trying to accomplish. I have so many goals that I've set for myself. I have this high expectation of myself, and I am very, very strict on myself to get this shit done, or just strict on myself in general. And this was one of the reasons that it led me to start this project. Just really sitting down with myself and going through the various faces or just the various emotions that I feel the most, and just trying to put all that energy and all that the essence of me into that piece. And I can be completely honest with you, it hasn't been like a smooth process. Like me sitting down, working on the pieces and trying to really get the message and the image that I had in my head and trying to use the principles that I've learned. It's been a challenge. But it's one that I know that with me facing this challenge, I'm gonna grow from it from the end of the day. All the work that I put in is gonna pay off. And so just just putting myself out there, putting that one foot in front of the other, and just working on my craft, practicing, practicing, and practicing, even when no one sees it. Real talk. At times I overthink my art, I overthink what I'm about to do in life. I just overthink a lot of shit. Shit that's very simple, shit that's not so simple. Even in the direction of my YouTube channel, I went back and forth trying to figure out what type of content that I want to post. At first, it was gaming. Didn't want to do that, but through gaming, I learned how to edit. So I can't discredit that stage or that version of my YouTube. But I decided I wanted to focus more on the things I am very much passionate about, which is fashion design and graphic design, and just showcasing my creative journey with me building a brand and not just really overthinking the shit. Cause as you get to know me, bro, I will overthink a situation like it's nothing. And it's something that I noticed my weakness, but I've strived to get better at, to just take action and be more in the moment. Um, but it's improvements coming towards that very much. And this is an action step right now. This is me having the idea of the shot that I want and executing the shot and just talking. This is the point of this series, is just to have the real dialogue with me and the camera and the viewer that watches it. Cause like currently, I'm working on a design project which showcases the multiple faces of me: the anger, the madness, the sadness, the peace, and it's even struggles with the creative process of that. Me trying to like make the vision, the idea that I have, just come to life. I've already taken the shots, but now it's just requires me editing and just putting what I had in my mind to actual use. The crazy part, I already knocked out one of them, but it's just knocking out the rest of them. But it's been like this. It's been like this. I want to say pushback or hesitancy to go. and to start. So for 5 months, I've been on my design journey, just learning more about graphic design and fashion design, and just really immersing myself into the fine details when it comes to design, either curating graphic designs or curating fashion designs. And it's been a process. But one thing I can say, I've learned so much from color theory to typography to the fabric materials that are needed for fashion design. Like, I've learned so much about both subjects, and the only thing that I've been really worried, and majority of my brain, majority of days, is thinking about how can I improve fashion design wise and graphic design wise. That is my number one focus. That is what I've discovered what I want to do with my life. I've taken the time to really reflect and really think about what do I want to do in my life, and that's what I want to do. And so I just been immersing myself into that. And I can say it's a challenge because like right now I'm per se jobless. I've taken the risk of not having a job and really focusing all my time in on fashion design, graphic design, and recently machine learning, learning how to code, learning how algorithms work, learning how to create AI. And it's it's a risk. It's a risk. And even now, like, at times it's a mental battle because in one breath you're not making money, but at the same time you're you know that you're putting in the work, you know that you're putting in the time, you're putting it in the reps in the gym, and nobody sees it but only you. I know that I take the time to study fashion design, I know to take the time to study graphic design, I know to take the time to learn about machine learning, and I take the time to learn about photography and put these things in practice. Because even though I'm not making money now, I know that at the end of the day, this is a vital part of my journey. This year is one that I don't take lightly. I don't. Like, I know the concept of time and how a year can go by just like this. It can go by in a flash. And I'm on a time crunch. I have till I'm 26 to really figure out what the fuck I can do. And I accept the challenge 100% because I know this is a risk that at the end of the day is going to benefit not only me, but it's going to benefit my family in the long run. And my family that I create longer down the line. So I always said this to myself that my brand that I'm creating, Chase Passion, I could have 100% just got blanks and just threw typefaces on the t-shirt and just sold that and just been like, yeah, that's it. But I wanted more for this. I didn't want just Chase Passion just to be another clothing brand. I want Chase Passion to be an entity unto itself. I always said Chase Passion is gonna be way bigger than me. Like, this shit that I'm doing is way bigger than me. I know it. So it's about just now, like, I can plan all day. I can write down everything that I need to do. I can strategize the different concepts. But now it's just about me putting the work in. Putting the work in, putting myself out there. I'm gonna let the universe do what it do. I done already spoke these things into existence. I done already meditated on them. Now it's just about putting that work in, putting that action in, and just really just stepping into that. That's it. And that's just real talk. That's fire. That was fire.